The following is a sample lesson taught on classtutor.online. If you like it, sign up for your free lesson today.
So today we're doing chemistry. We're about to finish chapter 2. So last session, if you guys remember, we went through the reactivity series, and actually we went to a good detail of depth in reactivity, which is why it took us a good amount of time. We covered it in good depth. It's not something you need to memorize, but it is useful to know where things are overall. And of course, I talked about the trends. So with the group 1 and the group 1 and 2 and the group 7 and 8 elements, it's very, very easy for you to know which way it goes. So let me go to my first question. Can anyone tell me which way the reactivity goes? So which is more reactive and less reactive in group 1 metals? Yeah, feel free to just unmute yourselves and tell me. So yes, you're right. That is Zakaria. That is the left side. So the left side is group 1 and 2. Does the reactivity go the reactivity, or which elements are more reactive? Is it going down or higher? So looking at this example, Li is lithium, and the bottom cesium, Cs is cesium. Or francium? Which one would be more reactive? Cesium or lithium? Which one is more reactive?
Cesium.
Yeah, excellent. Cesium is more reactive, right? So you increase in reactivity going down. So that center block of the periodic table is called the transition elements. Again, looking at this staircase, right? This staircase, remember, divides the non-metals on the right and the metals on the left. So anything here by default is a metal, okay? So anything here by default is a metal. So that's why they're also called the transition metals, because they are all metals. Okay, now some of their physical properties. And again, I said that I'd tell you guys areas where you might need to write stuff down. So some of those physical properties you need to memorize, and you might know them. Like when you use these metals a lot, you'll kind of come to know them in the back of your mind anyway. Like they'll become like second nature to you. You'll know them inside out, back to front in your sleep. Okay. So first, they're both good conductors of thermal energy and electricity. What are the 3 types of thermal energy transfer or heat transfer? What are the 3 types, if you want to type them down quickly? So yeah, just think about some of the things I mentioned in the first slide. What are some of the properties of transition metals? When you think about transition metal, iron, copper, gold, silver, what do those things have? What chemical properties or physical properties, sorry, those things have? What physical properties do they have? What chemical properties do they have? I'll give you guys another 30 seconds. Okay. So some of the things that they all have, that all these transition elements have, is they're all electrical and thermal conductors. So you can actually put that as 2 separate points: electrical and thermal conductors. So they conduct both electricity and thermal energy, and they also conduct heat. So heat is thermal energy, right? Okay. They're hard and strong. Okay, so you can't use that as 2 points because it's essentially the same thing, hard and strong. So that's 1 point, that they're hard and strong. They have a high density. Okay, so high density, that's another point. They've got high melting points. And again, over here, it says typical. So you don't need to consider mercury just yet because it already says typical. So high MP. You can also say things about their chemical properties if you want to. Generally, when they say properties, they talk about physical, but actually, yes, you can talk about the physical one, the chemical ones as well, which is they're not as reactive as a group 1 metal. So they're not as reactive as the alkali metals. They're not inert either, generally. They're not inert like a noble gas. Inert means like doesn't react. But these are the main physical properties. So electrical, thermal, hard and strong, high density, high melting point.
If you like this sample, why not sign up for a free lesson on www.classtutor.online?